Hello, this is Teacher Ronald. I want to welcome you to this other segment of English Language Paper 1. Today we're going to look at writing statements, and I want to welcome each and every person who has not subscribed to my YouTube channel, and please do that so that you don't miss any video that I post in here. It's LELL, Learn English Language and Literature. Make sure you subscribe using this video, or you can search for the channel on YouTube. Find it, subscribe, like, comment, and post in this channel. Previously we have looked at a number of videos, and if you don't know them, we're going to be outlining them here so that you look up for those videos and you'll be connected. We have introduction to letter writing, we have writing informal letters, we have writing formal or official letters, and we also have writing letters to the press and the letters of complaint. So in case you haven't seen these videos, they are in here on our channel. You can just subscribe or look for the videos and you watch so that you don't miss out on anything. Today we're going to look at writing statements, and I want to encourage you to stay tuned. Wow, in this video today, you are going to be able to be taken through the layout of a statement, the types of statements, how to write a good statement. Please just enjoy. It is always good to begin with what the definition of a particular item is. So we're going to define what a statement is. A statement is simply a written or typed account of events observed and experienced. So when we talk about a statement, some of us have ever been told by our teachers, please go and write a statement about what happened. And you don't exactly know what you should write. Some of us end up writing actually a formal letter, or what we call an official letter. They are two different things. And then we also have to understand what exactly is taken in a statement. The events are either observed and they can be observed and also experienced at the same time, but at a particular scene. So we can say that a statement can be defined as a formal written or typed account of events observed and experienced at a particular scene. We can also talk about what a scene particularly can be. A scene can be a crime place, or a place where a crime could have taken place from, or it can be an accident place. It can be an event like at a party, and maybe if there is any outbreak of a war or a conflict, that could be a scene that we're talking about. Okay, we can also define a statement as a formal account of events as observed, done, or experienced. Sometimes we may simply observe these events as they take place. For example, you were on the roadside and then an accident happened. You may have just observed. Then there are some people who participate in particular events. For example, if it is a fight, you may be the one who did the fighting. But then there are some people who will do all. They will observe but also experience. Now, this means that you cannot experience before you do anyway. So you can observe something happen, especially at an accident scene, and then you can do by maybe helping to carry away people who have been injured. And then also the experiences you go through can be emotional and physical. Maybe in the process of carrying people, you fell down, you also had an accident kind of, or you may have beaten someone in the process of helping them to stop fighting, just to prevent them, you beat another person, something like that. So in one way or the other, you experience the events as they took place. So if they ask you to write a statement about what happened, you have to know what exactly you're writing. Okay, so a statement is supposed to be first-hand information. This should be clearly underlined. You don't just come and tell us rumors. If it is first-hand information, it means the person who experienced should be the one to give the statement, or the person who keenly observed should be the one to give the statement. So you're not going to say, now, since I was also able to get some information about this, I think I can give a statement. You don't go and get rumors from a person who experienced and then you come and give us a statement. That one cannot qualify to be a valid statement. So it has to be information that is based on first-hand information. So don't get rumors and then you think you're going to give a good statement. We shall continue. What are the basic qualities of a good statement? Formally, when you're looking at letter writing, we kept on looking at different qualities of what a good letter should be, what a good form letter should be, what a good informal letter should be, what a good letter to the press should look like. So every aspect will have its own qualities, and we're going to look at these one by one. Number one, a good statement must have a title. How does your title look like? We're going to discuss that in the format and the basic qualities of a statement, especially when your teachers are marking you. Then it should also have the date, the time, and the place of happening. When is this taking place, or when did it take place, and then where was it taking place? Then also it appears that your name should be clearly indicated. If this is a police statement, it is important that your age, your tribe, your profession, and the place of birth is given. We're going to see that we have types of statements, and some of these qualities cannot apply on a particular type. They only apply on a particular one. That's why here we say that if it is a police statement, if the teacher has given you a question where you are giving a statement to a police officer, automatically these details will be required. So you have to note them carefully. Then it also has to state facts, just like we already stated before, that it gives only first-hand information. So you don't come and lie in a statement, because remember, it is official, it is recorded, and anyone can use it against you. It is also based on first-hand information. That one I think is very clear. It is written in past tense and uses the first person point of view. This one here, when we say it is written in past tense, of course you can't give us a statement about what's going to happen tomorrow or next year. A statement is given after events have taken place. So if they have already taken place, obviously that is going to be in the past. So your statement has to be in past tense. And then when we talk about using first person point of view, automatically that one's going to continue emphasizing what we have just talked about as first hand information. Because if we say you're going to use I, me, we, that is exactly what you are going to tell us that you felt, that you as an individual or as a group of people felt, or what you did at a particular scene. So you're not going to say maybe they, he. That one is going to show that maybe somehow, somewhere, you are involving a person who may not have participated in that event. So that is what we are going to emphasize, that you have to write in the first person point of view. Then you also have to explain what the writer, or it has to explain what the writer did in case of direct involvement in the happenings. Should you have been involved in the happenings of the scene, automatically fighting back as they attacked you, you have to clearly indicate. If it was an accident scene and you participated by carrying off the people that were injured, then you have to also do that. Then you also have to affirm at the end of the statement that whatever you've given the police officer, whatever you've written to the person responsible to handle that statement is authentic, is the truth, and nothing else. You also have to sign your statement. Okay, if it is a statement, it is not only you who will sign, but also the police officer who is handling that case at that particular moment also has to sign and also put the different particulars. That's like we shall see in the samples below. Okay, those are the qualities of a good statement generally. Then what are the types of statements? We particularly have two types of statements. The first one is what we call a police statement. This one I've already talked about it in the previous explanations, but we also have what we call an academic statement. So every time they ask you to write a statement, the question that you should have asked is, what statement am I writing? What does it look like? So that you don't write a formulator instead. So these two have particular differences in their writing, particularly the format. When you look at the academic statement, it has two addresses just like in a formal letter. But a police statement does not have the two. It just begins with the title. Just like you have been writing speeches or reports, that's how a police statement also starts, and we're going to see that in the samples. So if you have been asked by your teacher to write a statement after maybe there was a fight in the dormitory, you're not going to write a police statement because your teacher is not a policeman or a policewoman. You're going to write an academic statement, and it's the one we're saying it takes two addresses just like in a formal letter. We're going to see what changes between the academic statement and a formal letter just in the samples. Okay, so we have particularly the areas that we have to look at when you're writing a statement, and some of them we have emphasized, but we have unique features that we cannot at all forget. What are they? This is our statement, for example. A statement, when your teacher is marking, will be looking out for these features. Number one, the title of their statement. How should one frame the title of their statement? This one is particularly going to be the format. If we emphasize that, it's going to be the format. So your format should be like this. Title is important. The title must have the name of the person writing the statement and the one it is addressed to. For example, a statement by Joshua, maybe Joshua Biko, to the police officer on this date. So that is very important. Then the second one is the introduction. What should be in the introduction? This is always the first paragraph of the statement. It gives details of the person writing the statement, particularly the details. These details include the name of that person, if it is a police statement, also the age, the tribe, the place of birth and the residence, then also the profession or occupation of that person, if you're writing a police statement. Note that. Then after that, you have to begin narrating what happened. Okay, so what do you have to put in this other paragraph? This is now actually what you call the body and the third paragraph of the statement. It explains what the statement is about, what exactly the writer experienced or observed or did at a particular scene. As already mentioned, it should be in the past tense. This is actually what we call the body of the statement, because this is where you explain what exactly happened. The first one you were introducing. Now here you are narrating what happened. Then the next aspect is affirmation. It is the last paragraph of the statement. It particularly reassures or authenticates that the person who has written the statement is the true person, and the information that that person has put is right and no lies are there. The last aspect for the format is the signature and the date. Your statement must be signed and dated. You are supposed to sign on the right hand side at the bottom of the statement. So after the body of your statement, the next aspect is signature and the date. That one, don't forget it. Then what next? After the teacher has looked at the format and given you marks, this one depends on the country. In Uganda, this one always takes 80 marks, the format. So if you lose any aspect here, probably you're going to lose marks. So you have to note this carefully. Then the next thing that the teacher will mark will be the content. Now, when you look at letters, The content of a statement is also going to be the same like in letters. The content of a statement comes from the question. If the question says writing a statement about a fight that broke out in the dormitory at midnight, you cannot write a statement about the fire outbreak in the pitch on Saturday. The content will be wrong, and in most cases this content also takes a number of marks. They are always 6. So this will be a mess if you don't follow the question. So just like in letters, a statement also gets its content from the question. What the question asks you to write about is what exactly you should write about. These marks are very many, 6 of them. You don't have to miss them. I'm talking about particularly people who are doing examinations in Uganda, especially at O level. What is the next aspect that the teacher marks after the content and the format? They always look at the language. As we have already mentioned, you are supposed to write a statement in the past tense. Use formal and British English. Paragraph well. And when we talk about paragraphing, some of us still skip lines. In English language, paper 1, you don't skip any line. Apart from in a letter or in letter writing, where you skip only one line between the address as address and the date. That one, if you didn't get it, go back to the videos we've done about the letter writing and you'll find it there. So, paragraph well and maintain good spellings and grammar. That's particularly what they're going to look at when they are marking language. And do you know what? It also carries 6 marks. So in total, this paper, this number will take you up to 20 marks. If you lose them, you're going to lose a lot. Okay, so we have a sample here that we can look at to see what exactly a good statement should look like. This one is a sample police statement. You witnessed a robbery at your neighbor's home. Going back home, the police would like you to write a statement about what happened. Write that statement. This is the question that maybe your teacher has given you. One thing that we have to understand is, remember, we have the format, we have the content, and we have the language. So we say that your format should be in a particular way. We already talked about that. We said it should have the title, should have the introduction, should have what happened. That's when you narrate what exactly happened. You have to affirm and then you have to put a signature. We're going to look at that one. So the content will also come from this very question. The statement we're writing is actually a policy statement. So you can't write an academic statement in this case. So you can see that we have to just begin with our title. A statement by Johnson Wotsuna about the robbery at Waswa's home on 21st February 2019. So this is what we call a good title. Capitalize your titles, and after capitalizing, it is optional for you to either underline or not to underline. It is optional, but make sure they are capitalized. So this is our title. We say that the title should have the name of the person writing, and then the incident. What is the title? What is the statement about? Okay, so it is about the robbery at Waswazi home. So then we say the introduction is important. The very first paragraph. I am Johnson Wotsuna, 23 years, Musoga from Wikwe district. I reside in Coral Estates, Kampala. This information is authentic about me. So we say that this is actually the detail of what that person is, or it gives you the details of what that person is, or who that person exactly is, and where they come from, how old, and then which tribe. In the second program, we said now this is what happened. You begin narrating, but we said a statement has to be very descriptive, and let us see the descriptions in the statement, and we see if they qualify. I remember it was yesterday, 21st February 2019, when I was from Makerere University for studies at around 8 a.m. What happened then? This person begins by telling us what exactly happened before he or she experienced what happened in the scene, or in the crime scene. I had just stepped into my gate when I heard a sharp noise in the neighborhood. So this is what we call description. Begins by describing what he heard, a sharp noise in the neighborhood, which due to the strong fences in this community, I could not know where it was coming from. I got out and I saw 2 tall men. We're talking about descriptions, who at first appeared in black, until I learned later that they were actually in red overalls. When they crossed to the front side, especially of the house, that's when I learned they were in red overalls. A sharp and loud groaning went on. So you see that we're continuing to explain. In a blink of an eye, trying to figure out how to help, I had a gunshot 2 meters away from me, and because I was scared, I ran back into my house and rang the police on 999, who unfortunately arrived this morning. That is when I learned that Mr. Musova, my neighbor, was seriously hurt in the robbery. I confirm that the information I have written is nothing but all I know. So we say that you should be narrating what exactly happened, and this is what the person involved in: running back, ringing the police, and then the police arriving later. But then the descriptions here: the men were tall, but they were 2. They were in red overalls. There was also sharp groaning. Then we also had very quickly, in a blink of an eye, 2 meters away. So when you're writing a statement, it has to be descriptive enough to give a clear image of how the police should handle the matter, beginning from where. And then the last statement we said should be your affirmation that what you've given us is the truth and nothing else. It is not based on rumors. Now, since it is a police statement, after you have signed, you say a statement by, then your signature and your name. After you have signed, the police officer also has to sign. And for this case, the police officer was Okara Johnson, the police officer in charge. This is what we call a police statement. So I want you to just watch as we look at the academic statement and we see what the difference exactly is. Another question is here: sample of academic statements. You attempted to fight your teacher as he was giving you instructions. Write a statement to the head teacher that will be put in your case file. Now you can see that the difference is that this one is therefore an academic statement. Why? Because it's being written to the head teacher, and it is taking place in the school, because saying you attempted to fight your teacher, so it is taking place in school. This qualifies it to be an academic statement. Okay, so here you begin by writing the place where this statement is going, and that is in KK High School, PO Box, that one, Kampala, Uganda, and this is the date. Okay, so you can see this one is very clear. Then after that, you write the address of the person or the office where the statement is going to, and it's going to the head teacher, KK High School, PO Box, that one, Kampala, Uganda. Then dear sir, because you know the person you're writing it to. Now the difference between a formal letter and a statement or an academic statement is here, that here you would be putting the reference. By this time around, because it is not a letter, now you simply write the title. If this was a police statement, we would only carry this area just like this. This area is what we could be taking to the police. But now this is not a police statement, it is an academic statement. That's why we put this area and then this area plus this one plus this one. Okay, so that's the difference. Now here the person has to do the same thing. You have to be descriptive enough, and then you have to narrate what exactly happened between you and the teacher that caused you to fight. That is the only difference. Okay, so let us summarize by looking at the difference when we put the two statements side by side. What is the exact difference? Look at the police statement, it is just here. And then look at the academic statement, it is just here. This one you can see that it has the address of the person it is going to, it is coming from, and then the date. It is having here the address of the person it is going to. It is having here the salutation. It is having here the title of the statement, and then whatever takes place here would be the same as what is in the other one. This one only begins from here. Actually, when you bring it here, it also begins from here. So the only difference is that the format changes. A police statement doesn't have the addresses, whereas an academic statement has the addresses. That is what we can say the difference between the academic statement and the police statement is. Okay, so I want to thank you so much for watching, and in case you enjoyed this video, I want to just encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, LELL, Learn English Language and Literature, so that you don't miss any other video that is in here, and also so that you don't miss the videos that we've posted formally, just like that one, the second one, the third one, the fifth one. And if you're doing literature in English at A level, you have more videos that I have not shown here, because this is actually a video for only English. So subscribe and find much more that we have been putting up. The next aspect we're going to handle is going to be a curriculum vitae. Stay tuned. I love you.